Hi friends, and welcome back. So for today's practice, we're going to be focusing on grounding and stability. This is our root chakra or Muladhara. When we become too much up in our heads, we need to take some time to bring us back down to the earth, down to rooting ourselves back down to the ground. So when you're ready, come and meet me at the top of your mat standing. Okay, as we come to standing, just come to the top of your mat, have your feet hip width apart, and just begin by really thinking about rooting the feet firmly into the ground, the heels and all of your toes, tucking the tailbone under and drawing your navel in nice and tight. As we begin, inhale, sweep the arms around and up as you lengthen through the spine, stretch up. As you exhale, just press the air away. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the air, scooping it up. And exhale, press it away. 1 more time here. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Lengthen through that spine. This time, exhale, press the air away as we swan dive forwards all the way down. You can bend the knees deeply, just grabbing hold of the backs of your calves here, just pressing into the hands, through your calves. Just start to feel that stretch through the back of the leg, the hamstrings, up into the glutes. And just really pay attention to around the area of your pelvis, and really connecting with the earth. Okay, as you take an inhale, half lift, flat back, you can bring the hands to the shins. And then exhale, fold forwards again, bending those knees deeply, just hugging in towards your legs. And inhale, come up, half lift. And exhale, just come down 1 more time. And this time, as you place the hands on the ground, you can take a step back with your left leg. Now grab hold of some blocks if you've got some, otherwise that's fine, just placing your hands on the floor. The blocks, we can really begin to find a little bit more space with each pose. So just take an inhale, press your hands into the blocks, just lengthen through the spine, really kicking energy through that back heel. And then as you exhale, we're just going to round a little bit, so tucking that tailbone under, slightly looking in towards the navel, as if you're also protracting the shoulders. And as you inhale, open back up, lengthen through the spine. Energy out through that back heel. Okay, exhale, rounding again, looking in towards the navel, protracting the shoulders here, pushing firmly into the ground or the blocks. Inhale, coming back, lengthen through the spine. Take a breath here. And then we can release the blocks out in front of you if you've got them. Otherwise, dropping that knee down. And inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Lengthen through the spine once again, but also really focusing into your pelvis area, pushing it forward and down towards the ground while still keeping that spine nice and long. Lengthen through the waist. And then exhale, just sweep the arms around and back behind you and interlace the hands. Open up through the heart center. And as you begin to push those hands closer down towards the ground and away from the body, take a couple of breaths here. On your next inhale, sweep those arms forwards. So just leaning forwards now. And then bring those hands down back to a prayer, to your heart center. We're going to cross that left elbow over that right thigh, coming into a twist. And then releasing down from here, bring the hands back down to the mat, curl the toes under, popping that back knee up. We're coming into our plank. And again, just really engaging the core, firmly pressing those hands into the ground. Imagine there's fire beneath you. Just feeling that connection to the ground and the earth. And then as you're ready, we're just going to come down, knees, chest, chin. And take an inhale, lift up into your baby cobra. Just pin those shoulders down and back. Exhale, release down. As you take another inhale, lift up. Really focus on pressing the hips into the ground, the thighs into the ground, and the backs of the feet into the ground. Let's do that one more time. Release that forehead down to the mat. And inhale, lift up, pressing the hips, the belly, the thighs, rooting the body to the ground. And exhale, release from here. Okay, curl those toes under. Let's push back up, downward facing dog. You can keep those knees nice and bent to begin with. And you can just gently pedal out, just loosening up the backs of the legs. Okay, and as you straighten, just take an inhale and walking forwards to the top of our mat once again. Let's take an inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding forwards. So this time you can either hold onto the backs of your elbows or onto the backs of your ankles just to get a deeper stretch here. Maybe swaying side to side, really releasing that crown of head, little movements through the neck. And then inhale, half lift. Okay, exhale, calm down once again. Bringing those hands to the ground. You can grab hold of your blocks again if you want to. Stepping back here, back into our runner's lunge on the other side. So we step our right leg back. Just lining those blocks up with your front leg. Maybe if you need to make some adjustments, you can. Just try and get that best position for you. Okay, when you're there, really pressing those hands firmly into the block or into the ground. Take an inhale, really lengthen through the spine. And as you do this, also feel like you're energetically squeezing those inner thighs together, although they're separate. As you exhale, we're tucking that tailbone under, looking in towards the navel, maybe pressing a little bit further up through the blocks, protracting the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, pressing the pelvis further towards the floor. Okay, let's do that 2 more times. You exhale, just maybe rounding through the shoulders, even tucking the tailbone under, looking in towards your navel. Inhale, lengthen again. So little small movements here. As we exhale, we're still coming back, connecting to our root, connecting to the earth. Really feel like we're becoming really steady and stable and grounded in whatever pose that we are in. And then from here, you can release that back knee down, move the blocks out to the side, into our low lunge. So inhale, sweeping the arms up, lengthen again through the spine, press the hips forwards. And then exhale, press the air away, interlace the hands behind the back, open up through the shoulders. Really feel like pushing those fists down and away from the body. So 2 more breaths here as you hold it. Really keep nice and strong. And then releasing the hands. Just inhale, sweeping them forwards. And then exhale, bring them back down to prayer. We're crossing over our left thigh this time. Just coming into our prayer twist. Twisting from the waist, using those palms of hands to press together. Let's go 1 more breath. Okay, as you release down, bringing those hands back down to the floor, pop that back knee up. We're coming back into our runner's lunge, stepping back to your plank. So again, let's go knees, chest, chin. Taking those arms a little bit wider. So inhale, come up. Again, pressing those hips firmly into the ground. Open up through the chest, drop those shoulders down and back. And exhale, release. Okay, bring those hands back underneath you, pressing back, downward facing dog. Okay, just hold it here for a couple of breaths. And just see if you can sink a little bit deeper into it. Again, really feel that connection to the ground and the earth. Feel that stability. Feel your body rooting into the ground. And when you're ready, inhale, kick that right leg high. Exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. Exhale, kick up. Knee towards the nose. One more time. Inhale, kick back up. Exhale, knee towards the nose. This time, plant that foot in between the hands. Just make sure you're about hip width apart. As you inhale, sweep those arms up. So you take the pose slightly wide. It just keeps us a bit more balanced, nice and stable, nice and rooted to the ground. And then from here, exhale, press the air away again. Interlace the hands behind the back, open up through the chest. And then release those hands, bringing them forward. Engage the core now, keep the legs working nice and strong. 45-degree angle here. Let's hold this for one more breath. And then as you exhale, bring those hands back down to prayer. Cross that left arm over that right thigh. Coming into our prayer twist. Last breath. And then releasing back down to the ground. So from here, we're going to turn that back heel down. So it's like at a 45-degree angle. Pressing up through our front thigh, sweeping round into our warrior two. Come back to that connection of feeling strong and stable. Inhale, sweep that top arm over. And then exhale, come back to warrior two. And this time bending into that right arm, sweep the left arm up and over. So you place the right arm on your thigh. And if you want to take it deeper, you can just bring that right arm down to the ground. Or you can even have a block here. So you're still keeping that length through the spine. So you don't want to be sinking into that side of the waist. Still want to keep the spine as long as possible. Okay, and as you release, bring the left hand behind you. Bring the right hand behind you. Interlace those hands once again. Line up that right shoulder with the right wrist. Just dropping down, dropping that crown of head down to the floor. Strong pose. One more breath. Okay, as you release, as you exhale, just bring those hands out in a diagonal line, just stretching through the upper body. So you've got your hands and your feet really pressed into the ground. Lengthen through the spine, stay strong in each leg. And then bringing those hands back to the front, pop that back heel back up. From here, stepping back into our plank. So you can either go knees, chest, chin again, or you can take your chaturanga, if that's within your practice. Inhale, up dog, open through the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, just walk those feet, just squaring them off nicely. Just try and get that deepest expression of your downward facing dog now. Really rooting into the ground. Try and keep the breath nice and long and even. And then inhale, kick that right leg high. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Inhale, kick up and back. Exhale, knee towards the nose. One more time, kick up and back. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Plant the foot in between the hands, coming up to our high lunge. Sweep those arms up to the sky. Lengthen and lift through the body. Keep those legs strong. Feet firmly pressed into the ground. And then exhale, press the air away from you. Bring those hands behind, open up through the chest. Shine that heart center. And then release those hands here. Inhale, sweep those arms up and forward. And then on your exhale, bring those hands back to prayer, to heart center. We're going to cross over our left thigh this time. Firmly pressing those hands together as you twist from the navel. So we've got a little bit of balance here, but hopefully you're just really feeling strong and stable in this position. Okay, as you exhale, releasing back, just come back to your runner's lunge for a moment. Then in dropping that back heel down, inhale, sweep the arms round and up. Coming into our warrior two. Take a breath here. As you inhale, sweep the top arm up and over. And then exhale, come back, warrior two. And then bending into that left arm, sweep the right arm up and over, look along towards those fingers. Again, really feel the tucking of the tailbone, engaging all the lower abdominals. Again, if you want to take this further, you can just drop that left hand to the ground. Lengthening, lengthening and rooting. And then on your next exhale, press the air away. Bring that top hand behind your back. Interlace both fists here, dropping the shoulder down. So line up that left shoulder with that left knee. Feel yourself release. Body as strong as it can be. One more breath. And then exhale, release. Just walk those hands slightly diagonal line to the mat. Feeling length through the spine, stretching, trying to root both feet, both hands firmly into the ground. And then coming back to the top of your mat here. Okay, this time pressing back, so it's up to you. You can take your knees, chest, chin, or your chaturanga. Let's all meet in downward facing dog. Just take another couple of breaths here and just begin to visualize that fire beneath you. Just that bright red color. You're rooting into the earth, into the ground. Feel that connection with your mat, with the earth. Okay, on your next exhale, release your knees back down to the ground, press back into child's pose. You can take your knees nice and wide if you want to. Just be here for 3 breaths. Okay, last one. And then gently pressing back up from here. So just dropping the seat down to the left. Sweep those legs round to the right. And then we're just going to inhale. Sweep the arms round and up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, reach forwards. And just when you're as far as you can be, allow those hands just to release down to the mat. So you can hold onto your feet, but just make sure if you do that your shoulders aren't hunched up. Otherwise, just keep them down by the sides, onto your calves, onto your ankles. Let's just be here for 2 more breaths. Really feel you're pushing your legs into the ground. So calves, the backs, the knees, the hamstrings. And then slowly come back up from there. Bring those knees up. And those arms out in front of you, we're just going to slowly roll down, one vertebra at a time, coming down onto your back. And once you're here, just grabbing hold of your knees, just pulling it in towards you. You can just do little circles here around. One way. And taking the other way. Again, just really feel yourself just relaxing. Really connecting back into your body. And then we're just going to release those legs all the way down now. Relaxing them. You can have the feet as wide as you like. Turning those palms up and just feel yourself melting in towards the ground. And as you close down the eyes, you can even imagine yourself outside in nature, in the middle of a field or under a tree, really connecting to the earth. And then as you're ready, just start to wiggle those fingers and the toes. Maybe bringing those hands together, just rubbing the hands together. And then bring one knee up towards your chest, give yourself a squeeze. And bring the other knee up. From here you can roll over to your right hand side. Resting your head on your upper arm. Bringing the left hand just out in front of you. And then as you feel ready, just pressing yourself up to seated. Keeping your chin dipped and the eyes closed. And just bringing those hands down onto the thighs. And as we take another breath, inhale now, just reach the arms round and up. Think about scooping the air up, lengthen again through the spine. As the hands meet, just drawing a line down the center of the body. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms round and up. And then allow the hands to meet together, bringing them all the way down to your heart center as you press the thumbs in towards your sternum. And let's just take a couple more breaths here, nice and long and deep. And just feel yourself connecting completely back into your body. And even imagine your sit bones are rooting right into the earth. Imagine roots growing beneath your body. And just feel that connection. And lastly, just remember to give yourself thanks for practicing today. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me.